Ladies and gentlemen, this RedGamingTech.com video, I have some news from Camp Microsoft, or rather regarding a former employee of Microsoft. Stupid Xbox is a blog post that Nat Brown, who is an Xbox founder, has launched, and I quote from him. It says, in the past 5 years, the last year in particular, have been simply painful to watch. He accuses Microsoft of coasting on momentum, failing to innovate, and failing to capitalize on innovations like Kinect, touting strategic and marketing success when you're just experiencing your customers' stumbling failure. He's actually referring, of course, to Sony and Nintendo there, as well as a complete lack of tactical versus strategic understanding of long game of the living room. This is mostly regarding the fact that he feels that Microsoft are taking away the fact of gaming, and therefore mostly focusing, he feels, on the wrong thing, which is the entertainment part of the console. Now, what does he mean by this? Well, and I'll clarify by another quote. No, more and better content was always the point and the plan. My gripe is that, as usual, Microsoft has jumped its own shark and is out stomping through the weeds, planning and talking far-flung future strategies in interactive television and original programming partnerships with dying media companies. With their core product, their hometown is on fire, their soldiers, their developers are tired and deserting, and their supply lines are broken. Continuing the quote, Xbox's primary critical problem is the lack of a functional and growing platform ecosystem for small developers to sell digitally / network distributed, in other words non-disc, content through the install base of Xbox customers, period. Why can't I write a game for Xbox tomorrow using $100 worth of tools and my existing Windows laptop and test it on my home Xbox or at a friend's house? Why can't I then distribute it digitally in a decent online store, give up a 30% cut and strike it rich if it's a great game, like I can for Android, for iPhone or iPad? Mr. Brown is not really mincing words when he says that Microsoft is living in a dream world. Xbox just needs somebody with a brain and focus to get this product in order tactically before romping forward to continue with the long-term strategic promise of an Xbox in every living room connected to every screen. Now, Brown actually has some good points here. One of the points he actually made is pretty much echoing what Gabe Newell, who is a co-founder of Valve, said one of the biggest threats in next-generation consoles right now are Apple. Why Apple? Well, that iOS-based TV / set-top box could kill a console. In other words, it could be so easy for programmers to create games really easily, and with such a wide audience and so many different devices they could possibly attract, it would be almost cost ineffective to go with another system. Now bear in mind that Valve aren't exactly unbiased here. They actually have a stake in this, as they are indeed making the Steam box, as well as, of course, Steam on the PC. Steam, of course, is the primary distribution method for quite a lot of developers now on the PC platform. This isn't the only criticisms recently that Microsoft have been facing. Another one was that back in the day, you may remember that there was a good and steady rumor that Microsoft were going to buy out Sega, but they never did, and one of those reasons apparently was because Bill Gates was skeptical that it had, and I quote, enough muscle to stop Sony. And that's according to the company's former VP of Windows sales. So what do I think of this whole situation? Well, obviously with the Xbox 720 and PS4 coming along in development now, I mean, they're getting closer and closer and closer. And in terms of, raw specifications, they're going to be very impressive machines. Whether they're going to be that much better graphically looking than PC, it's going to be doubtful. I still think the PC games on release are going to be slightly on the edge. However, that isn't really the point. The point here is both companies are really pushing to have their system at the center of your living room. Is that the right call? Is that, the way to go? The problem is, I think both companies have one slight flaw in their logic, and that is right now there are an absolute massive amount of competitors that are waiting in the wings, and while some of them may not have the financial clout or muscle maybe to really push it, there are some competitors. Obviously you've got Valve. Valve are going to be one of those competitors who really know what they're doing. They could make some mistakes, and I don't necessarily know if they'll get it right first time, but they have some very smart people at Valve. The second, of course, is the Android-based system's going to be like, say, the Ouya. And also, you've got the Wii U. Now, the Wii U is, in particular, going to be a big problem for the other for the Sony and Microsoft, for the simple reason that the Wii U more or less focuses on the gaming. And while, yes, the Wii U doesn't have all the technical and powerful oomph that the other two consoles does have, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have bad games. In fact, it could be the gaming experience. However, a few developers have spoken out against the Wii U and have actually criticized it also heavily. Whether Microsoft are making a mistake here, it's unclear. Obviously, it could just be a bitter former employee. I think he does have 1 or 2 points, however, but I don't necessarily know if he kind of got all of his eggs in the basket there when he was throwing them. Regardless, hopefully Microsoft won't really stumble. I'm hoping both the Xbox 720 and the PS4 are going to be fantastic systems. Regardless, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you around soon. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.